fundamentally to harp upon a point that anybody can like take up leadership skills and actually consciously start following it. It doesn't generally depend on the title. Title doesn't really matter, right? You as a person definitely matters a lot, and what you see in whatever you do matters a lot, and you can always create leadership roles for yourself in whatever you do, right? So from that perspective, I just want to like actually start off with a small incident in NASA. Actually, this was way back when John F. Kennedy was president, and one of the big things that Kennedy did was to create a common vision for America. Can anybody tell what it is?
To have a man on the moon by 1969.
Great. Good. No, that's point on. Yeah. So Kennedy's biggest achievement in US was to create a common vision, a common goal for like US. The common goal was to have a man in the moon. Because there's a lot of talk about Soviet Union creating technological advantage over US, and US was in a state of disarray. People did not know what everybody should do. So the common vision that Kennedy created was US want to put a man on the moon. So if you ask a street vendor, they would be saying that. It's one of the biggest communication successes. That's what people today now say about India. They say India does not have a common vision, right? There's a lot of like, parties and a lot of stuff. So coming back to the story, when Kennedy was visiting NASA during that time, and when they were preparing the plans for the moon, he saw a sweeper, a guy who was like, an admin guy who was like, cleaning up the stuff and actually taking care of the lab in NASA. And he went and asked that guy, what do you do? And that guy said, I make sure that the person goes properly to NASA, to the moon. That was his reply. His reply was, I am the guy who ensures that people go to the moon safely. What does it say?
Doing his job.
Huh? Yes?
He is doing his job properly.
More than doing his job, he had a lot of self-pride in whatever he was doing, right? And he had a lot of, positive thing about what he was doing. Although he was doing a very small thing, the way he portrayed it was like so big. This is a very common example in like most of the lectures, right? So the idea of this is whatever we do, irrespective of the title, I think if we have a positive image about what we do, I think that will manifest in what we do, right? I think that is the single, largest takeaway. The big thing that I want to tell in most of my lectures is it won't be sequential, so don't expect like 1, 2, 3, 4. A lot of things that I'm going to tell are relational. All of you have worked with relational databases, so you need to connect the dots. You need to ensure when you need to retrieve it and when you need to keep it. So make sure that you kind of like correlate. Most of it will come to a circle. Whatever I say in the subsequent slides will come to a circle, and finally it will come to your single most question as to what is it that you are doing and how you are doing. So you can correlate it completely as a circle. But this PPT will not give you a guide on how you are going to do it. Right? I just want to state that very clearly at the beginning of every lecture. So, why leadership skills? A lot of people have been talking about, how to become a successful leader, what we should do to become a good manager, what we should become to do a good leader. There's a lot of like, books, lot of stories, lot of this thing and stuff like that. The way I categorize leadership is very simple. It all starts with the fundamentals. You have some basic fundamental characteristics in your personality, which you know that you know, which you don't know, but you have already, and which you don't have, right? So you need to figure out what are the fundamental characteristics that you already have and how you can exercise those fundamental characteristics. And there are certain customizable characteristics for the role that you get into, right? But if your fundamental is not strong, those customizable characteristics will be very weak. That is why most of the leaders, are all talk and no action. Or like, I am sure all of you would have heard about Carly Fiorina. Have you heard about her? No? HP. Yeah, what is it that you have heard about her?
You.
Why am I mentioning this?
She was sent out of the job.
Which one?
She was sent out of the job by a board member.
You have associated the negative point. Yes, she got $26 million in severance package when she was fired. That is not the point that I am looking at. Carly Fiorina is a classic example because Carly Fiorina was one of the non-board member to become the CEO of HP 2 years back. 2 or 3 years back, I think 4 years back. Yeah, she was the only non-executive board member of HP to become a CEO of HP. That was a big deal. Like the press, the complete news media in the US and all over the world appreciated the move because she was a woman, right? And she was a non-board executive member to become a CEO. So everybody were Carly is the next thing in the business, she's the one who's going to steer the company and stuff like that. She's a great speaker, she's very charismatic and she can talk very well in a public group, in a news meeting and stuff like that. The company just died. HP just died under Carly's regime and she was fired. After 1.5 to 2 years, she was fired. Then Mark Hurd took up. And has anybody heard about Mark Hurd? Mark Hurd is the current CEO of HP. Nobody has heard about him. I'm saying all over the world, there was no news that he's going to take over. There was no news clipping about him. There was nothing about him. 2 years later, Mark Hurd today is the single most, result-giving CEO in the Wall Street. So what does it mean? It means that leadership at the end of the day is not about talk. It's not about being charismatic. It's not about showing off. It's not about this thing. It's about giving concrete results and through your actions. You got to act. You are a leader if your actions speak that way. You are not a leader if you are called as a leader, right? Nobody is going to give you respect because you are a tech lead. Nobody is going to give you respect because you are a manager or because if you are a BU head or whatever. People are going to give respect because of your actions, right? Because every day they are going to observe you and every day they are going to pass judgment on you. So this is the second key takeaway on the leadership fundamentals and the leadership customizable part. And what I want you guys to do is when you go through it, please note down your questions because I want more questions. This leadership series is a participative series. This is not a series where I come in here and tell something that you don't know. This is a series where you guys can benefit a lot through question and answers. It's also a series where you can actually question me at the end of the day. So I want you guys to be open about the questions that you're asking and don't hesitate. Okay? So again, pardon my PPT skills, but as I always say, I just don't like to present it through a PPT, but a lot of people have asked me for it, so that's how it is. So what are the fundamentals? What is it that I think, again, this is from my perspective, so there can be a lot more perspectives thrown into it, but this is what I believe in. I think the first